Hey everyone, it's Arfan here from Ads with Arfan, arfanhussein.com, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to set up your conversion ad. Now this is great, especially if you're a coach and you're trying to start building up your email list. You want to have a really good working conversion ad. And I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process of how to just set it up totally in Facebook so you can start building your list. Alright, so let's get to it. We're here in the Ads Manager, and this is the 2020 Ads Manager. This is what it should currently look like. You can switch to a previous version if you want a temporary switch, but we want to get used to the new thing. This is what it's going to be. And you can see it's new because COVID-19 resources. So this is as of May 19th. Alright, so let's go ahead and hit create. It's going to pop up the creation wizard, and you can have awareness, consideration, or conversion. We're going to use conversion, okay? Right here, you'll see a little drop-down arrow. Click on that drop-down arrow, and then go ahead and name your campaign. I like to have some kind of naming convention, naming scheme, depending on what I'm going to be offering. And I do this for all my clients, where I want to be very specific. So as soon as they go into their ad campaign themselves, they can know exactly what they're looking at. So for example, I'll also name it based off of if I'm going to be targeting the warm audience, the lookalike audience, or interest-based audience, because when using campaign budget optimization, if the audience size are too various, it can mess things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and name this one Lead Magnet YouTube. And I'll just leave it like that for now. Ad set, let's go ahead and name our ad set Test 1. And I'll leave the ad alone for now. Hit continue. And you're going to see it's going to pop it all up here. There's going to be some setup errors, which is totally fine because we're going to work and fix all that stuff. Alright, so the very first thing here is we're going to have our campaign, and this is what we're going to edit. So we have our name already. We're going to buy an option. This auction objective is going to be conversions. An A/B test is going to ask us if we want an A/B test, and for right now I'm going to leave that alone. I do recommend using CBO because CBO is going to be the thing you want to use. Daily budget, and you're going to estimate your budget based off of a few things. I like to follow a little rule of thumb. For every ad set I have, I set up a budget based on how many ads I'm going to have in that ad set. So for example, if I'm going to have 2 ads inside one ad set, so there's going to be 2 ads inside this one ad set, I'll do a minimum, and this is the minimum you need to do for Facebook, is $5 for a conversion. So I'll do between $5 or $10. If I'm going to have between 3 to 4 ads for that ad set, I'll do a minimum of $10 to $20. So I'll just determine based on my overall budget I'm working with. And again, if you have a higher budget, you can do as much as you like. But I do like to start lower because remember, Facebook works on a scale. If we start with a really high budget, Facebook's going to automatically start bidding on the highest placements, which can and may result in starting you off with a higher cost per conversion. So we want to start low and scale up along the way. So let's just do, I'm going to do 2 ads for here. So let's do $10. And you'll see the next button, hit next. And now we are inside the ad set. What you want to do now is choose your conversion. You're going to choose the test pixel. You're going to choose an event, right? So nothing is active, but the lead is going to be your best option. Or if you created maybe a custom conversion, you can use that. But typically, as long as you have the lead event installed, you can do lead, because that's what you want. You want to get a lead. All right, and you probably wouldn't have this here. Again, this is the test account. So we're going to come here. We're going to choose our start date. And we can leave it right now, or if you're planning this for the future, I like to do something. Sometimes I like to start them off in the mornings, like around 8 o'clock. It's just a good practice to have. Now on here is your audience. Now this is super important, is where we're going to choose our specific audience. Gender, we're going to break it down by country, and age. So definitely, depending on your market research, you want to choose the right age. So let's do 30 to 45. Gender, we'll do all genders, and make sure you take this off because you don't want to detail expand, especially if you're going to be testing your ads to find out what placements, or I'm sorry, what audience is going to work the best. And let's just choose a demographic, interest, or behavior. And typically, like I said, if you're doing interest-based targeting, that's going to be interest based off of who they're going to be following. So for example, if someone's following someone that's pretty mainstream, like let's say Tony Robbins, and everybody follows Tony Robbins, is like 20-something million people. But when you narrow it down, you'll see it targets 5.5 million, which is a pretty good number to beat. We'll leave automatic placements on. Normally you leave this on unless you're creating a specific ad that's targeting only. Like if you're doing like a story ad, you'll do manual placement, just choose story. Or if you're doing like a longer video, you can do like, let's say you're doing like a 6-minute video for an ad, which is pretty long. I wouldn't do that long for a video. You want to make sure you choose manual placements and just do like the Facebook news feed or something like that. But leave automatic placements on, leave all this options on, hit next. And now is where we're going to be creating and editing our ads. So we're going to do new ad. You can name it whichever you want. Again, if we're going to do 2 images, I'll do image 1 and the next one will be image 2. I like to go a little further as well because often we're testing the image, we're testing the copy, maybe the headline. So I'll do image 1, copy 1, or I'll do maybe, let's say, short copy. So that way I know which copy it's also being tested or being utilized. And when you come down here, you're going to see you can use an existing post, or you can just go ahead and add media, and you can choose the format. If you want to do a single image or video, if you want to do a carousel, you want to do a collection. For simplicity's sake, we just really want to do a single image, and we're going to do add media, and we're going to add image. Your pop-up menu is going to come on here, and we're just going to choose one of the images we have here. So I'll use this one right here, and yeah, I'll just use that one. Hit continue. Next, we're going to do primary text. So primary, this is where you will enter your captivating ad copy. Okay, you can see it's there. So one tip. Okay, like I'll show you an example. I'll copy this right here, copy, and paste. You'll see how it's going to show it here, paste, and it turns into see more. You have 3 lines, all right? 3 lines is the amount of text you have to capture someone's attention after they got attention on your image. So it's really important that first 125 characters to spend some good amount of time in terms of just really honing in on what exactly you're going to be saying. Write a short headline. So grab my free guide. And then we're going to do a website. So let's just do, I'll just do my website. And display link, that's optional. I'll leave it alone. I'll change that really. And description, this is also a good thing to have. Facebook will determine who is going to show that to. It won't show it to everybody. So I always recommend including something on there. About 125 characters. Keep it short as well. So it's going to be this free guide shows how to create ads on Facebook. Something like that, right? Again, choose it. The call to action button is something you want to test. Facebook knows and optimizes depending on what you click. It knows the type of people who's going to be clicking on which button. So if you're doing like a free guide, you can use the download. If you're giving, you can also use learn more. Learn more is probably one of the more popular options, and sign up. So subscribe, sign up, learn more, or download are probably the options that you might want to go with. So let's just keep it at learn more. Languages, we'll leave that alone, and it says my pixel is not activated, so of course it's gonna do that. Okay, so after that's done, we're gonna hit publish, and once it's published, this is actually gonna change to in review. So right now, this is my test account, so it's not set up to actually run ads. It says in draft, and that's where you have it. So one thing I normally do is if I'm using a brand new ad, like an ad copy I've never used before, I'll leave it alone until it's approved. And then once it's approved, I'll come in and I'll follow this next step I'm going to be showing you. Okay? Because we always want to make sure we're split testing things against each other. We don't just want to use one image, one copy, one audience. We want to kind of switch it up a little bit. Okay? So let me give you the big overview. Right here, we're going to have, I'll take this away. We're going to have our campaign, okay? Inside of our campaign, we're going to have our ad set. And then inside of our ad set, we're going to have our ads, okay? So that means for each audience that we choose is going to be our ad set. We want to show them a few different ads to see which is going to work best. So in this case now, we already selected the campaign that we have, and we want to use a different image. So all you have to do now is hit duplicate, and you can just do original campaign, hit duplicate. And what it's going to do is going to keep that exact same structure, everything that you already have in terms of your headline, your description, your text. And all we have to do is come here and then hit clear image, add image, and we can choose our next image that we want to use. So simple as that. And now we go back up here and we'll just edit this a little bit. And we'll just say image 2, short copy. So now we have 2 images that we're going to test. We want to see if they want to like the female image or like the male image better, and we'll continue going. So it's important in this step to make sure that you don't edit anything, right? Because we don't want to have too much variables, especially when we're starting to just run and test our ads. And I'm not going to get into testing today. It's just basically on the setup. So as soon as you're done, you're going to also hit publish again. And once you hit publish, you're going to see your 2 images right here. Okay, so boom. We have our lead magnet, we have the audience, and in the audience there's 2 ads, right? So what's next? I want to see like who's going to respond best. Like, is it going to be for Tony Robbins, or is it going to be somebody else? So now that you have all that set up, we're not going to go and recreate all the ads over again. We're going to go to the ad set. We're just going to hit duplicate. Again, keep it original campaign. And you could do existing campaign, but just keep it original. It's going to keep it in this original one. And hit duplicate. And what we're going to do here now is let's just change this to test 2. And I'll give you some, like another example of a naming scheme I use. So for example, depending on who I'm going to target, right? So I come down here, and again, normally you'd want to have your market research. If you don't, do the market research. But you can also hit suggestions, and it will show you a bunch of different people you can target. So let's go ahead and choose Robert Kiyosaki. Why not? And we're going to delete Tony Robbins. Okay. So 3.9, that's a pretty good audience size for all genders. So for the naming scheme, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do Kiyosaki. Is that how you spell his name? I'm not sure. Kiyosaki. And we'll do, what's it, 30 to 45, male and female. And I'm only targeting the USA. So that way, again, if you're coming in, you know exactly which is going where. It's going to Robert Kiyosaki, 30 to 45-year-old male or females in the USA. Very simple. That's all we do. And again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit on publish. Hit publish. And once you hit publish, you're going to see it's going to be here. You have your first one, which is, it says test. Let me change that so that way we know. So again, that's Robbins, 30 to 45, female, and USA. We'll save the draft. Okay. So now we know the two different interests that we're going to be targeting, right? And you just repeat that exact same process until you have everything you need for your list building ad. So for your lead magnet, so you have your campaign, your different targets on here, and then your different ads. So you can see there's 4 ads all together, and you can see here which they belong to. So they belong to the ad set, and it's the exact same thing. It saves you a lot of time. Once you get the hang of it, you can really create ads very, very quickly, very effectively. The biggest thing is really getting good at what you're going to be showing your audience. So choosing really nice images, writing the ad copy that really resonates. But that's it for now. That's how you set up and create a conversion ad for your list building in 2020. So I will be making some other videos. There's also a few different videos on my channel right now that you can check out, and just click on the link below, and you can also get the free guide on how to create effective ads, so you can actually create ads that are really working pretty good. All right, well, I'll catch you in the next video.